Hello folks and welcome to today's vlog. It is the first day back at school after the Easter holidays. Andy's had a couple of weeks off, but we're going to school in a few minutes, aren't you?
Yeah.
I have got Rice Krispies and custard in a big bag to send in with him in the hopes that he starts to eat it there again. He's already got his vitamin supplement there that we sent him before the holidays. Anna's already gone, the girls are already gone, Andy's about to go. So for the first time in over 2 weeks, I have a full day ahead of me and a full week ahead of me where I can get some work done, get back on track. Oh, it feels good to be able to just work as normal again. Oh, I've missed this. It is good to be back working again. It's not even 1 o'clock. I've live streamed for 2.5 hours this morning on the YouTube channel, the gaming YouTube channel. I've made 2 videos which are rendering now. They're edited together, ready to upload, and I'm raring to go this afternoon. I've got to nip out to the pharmacy at some point. I think Anna's coming home early because I think she's finished uni, so I don't need to rush for Andy's finish at 3 o'clock. So I'm going to try and get a couple more videos in. I want to get a head start on this week, looking at my diary for the week. I've pretty much got the whole week to play with, although we do have a child in need meeting at Andy's school on Thursday morning, so I need to get like half a day ahead. But oh, I'm feeling good, motivated. Oh, I tell you what, I don't say it often enough, I love my job. It's brilliant. And it's now 3 o'clock. Very, very efficient day. Andy should be here in a minute. Well, that's not happened before. He's here. That has happened before, but he's just walked in the living room door. Normally, he sits in... It was good. It's progress, because normally he sits in the car. Through Andy's eyes is going to be out soon, yes. But normally he sits in the car and waits for one of us to go out and lead him into the house from the car. But because we were listening back to his Through Andy's Eyes video that came out last night, we didn't hear the car come by, and he just walked in. Never done that before, ever. How was your first day back at school, Andy?
It was Tuesday.
Yes, you're going to school on Tuesday, but how was Monday? Was Monday good?
Good.
What did you do?
Hola.
Okay, what did you do there? Did you go to the spa?
Yeah.
And what did you have for lunch?
A deal, no deal.
What did you eat at school?
No, a snack.
What did you have for snack?
A crisps.
You had crisps. Did you have any Rice Krispies?
Yeah.
Did you? Did you have 1 bowl or 2 bowls?
2 bowls.
Interesting. Of course, we have absolutely no idea if any of that is true. We've changed his bag, his school bag, because his old one broke. And someone sent us an identical one ages ago, so we've now finally swapped over to that one because his old one finally properly broke. But we didn't move the little folder from the old one into the new one that the form is in, that they've been writing the stuff on. So where they replaced the book, because we don't have the book to read out anymore, they were sending home this little folder with a sheet that they put tick boxes on to say how much he's had to eat and give us a rough idea of what he's done on his day. But we didn't put that in the new bag because it was a bit of a rush this morning to move it across. And we have no idea what he's done. We've had no feedback at all. So we sent him with his trunks and a towel. They haven't come home. So we assume he's been to the spa because they've definitely come out of his bag and not gone back in. And we sent him with a box of Rice Krispies and a carton of custard, and that hasn't come back. So I assume that means they've opened it and used it. We sent him with some crisps, and some of them are not in the bag anymore. And we sent him with some pop, and some of that's not in the bag anymore. But we are completely guesswork. He has come back in his own trousers though, so that issue that was there for a little while, I guess that's now gone. But other than that, absolutely no idea. This is something we do need to talk to the school about when we're in on Thursday, because we've got his next child in need meeting on Thursday of this week. So we need to have a chat with them about finding some middle ground between where we were before and where we are now, because even when we get feedback at the moment, it is very much just tick boxes and data on a form. We're not really finding out what he's doing there, so hopefully that will all change from later on this week. Anna is now home too, so we have the benefit of me being able to nip out and grab my prescription now, which is just as well. So I forgot to do it this afternoon. I've never seen this car park quite as empty as it is. This was the home of the second supermarket in Deeping, the Co-op, which is now no longer there. That's been there since before I was born, but it closed down like 2 weeks ago. It's been replaced by a pound stretcher, which opens this week, I think, but there's nobody here, it's completely deserted. Luckily they didn't close the pharmacy down that was next door. Well, as I do every time I go in there, I've used the little health monitoring machine that's in there. And good news, after, what is it, 65 days of this non-processed food thing, which really has kind of become a no sugar thing. There's been a few instances of bread and the odd potato-y based product thrown in there, so I've not been sticking to it as strictly as I was. I am still vigorously sticking to no sugar, and the good news is, for the first time since I've been tracking that, I don't know how well you can see that on there, but my station score is no longer in the bottom quadrant. It was in that bottom quadrant near where my thumb is ever since I started using that machine about a year ago, which basically says immediately seek medical attention, which obviously is not good. It's now just focus on health, which I'm already doing. So we're gradually making some improvements. I'm not really losing any weight. I've lost maybe 6 or 7 pounds in 2 months, based on what I think I was to begin with, based on that machine. So although I don't like regularly weigh myself, weekly weigh-ins or anything like that, that machine is keeping track of my weight once a month, and I'm maybe 6 pounds less than I was about 2 months ago. But so I'm not really losing any weight, but I am slowly making health benefits. My blood pressure is down again, which, considering I couldn't take my medication this morning because I'd run out, that's really, really good that it's still down, taking that into account. But I think if I'm actually going to lose some weight, just cutting out sugar and doing the whole non-processed food thing, that ain't going to get the job done. So I'll get to the end of the 100 days as planned. We'll go and have our weekend of blowout down in London for Comic-Con weekend. Then I think when we come back after Comic-Con, we need a new plan, and as much as I hate to admit it, I think the plan is going to have to include calorie counting and exercise, which, God, I hate calorie counting and exercise. Dave, do you want to explain yourself? She's trying to do some work. You've actually put yourself underneath the little table thing. You look so pleased with yourself.
All he did was move.
He looks so pleased with himself. Well, there you go. That's you two set up for the evening. Because Anna's working, because she's in the last like 2 or 3 weeks of uni now, we've allowed the young gentleman who normally sits here to take his iPad back up into his room. It's the first time in about a year we've let him do this, because it was leading to smearing. He was basically lying there on his bed with his iPad, sticking his hand up his bum, pulling poo out, weeing on the floor. Apologies if you're eating your dinner. So he didn't used to do it. He's been going up there with his devices for years, and it was never a problem before. It was just where he went for his downtime. Dave, give me that pillow. But about a year and a half ago, it started to lead to all sorts of issues. So we nipped it in the bud, we stopped it. And for the last year or so, he's only been able to use his devices in this room. But what was he even watching? Sex Bomb off of Britain's Got Talent at top volume. Someone singing Sex Bomb by Tom Jones. And the Simpsons theme tune that he was singing along with. And Anna's just trying to get on with her work, and she just can't do it. So we're allowed him to go upstairs and make all his noise up there. He'll only be up there like half an hour or so. That's what he normally does. But it's on strict instruction that he keeps his clothes on. If we go up there and he's naked, then he comes back down and he's not allowed back up there for a week. So we're going to try and slowly train him into being able to use his devices upstairs without it leading to issues. Because he's going to be 14 in a few months. He needs to be able to go and get his privacy. He needs to be able to go and chill out and get away from us.
We need to get away from him.
Yeah, and we need a little bit of time where we don't have to listen to the constant iPad sounds, and he won't use headphones. We've talked about that before. He just won't use headphones, but he does expect us to use headphones. So we'll see how he gets on. At the moment, I've just been up there to check. His clothes were still on, which is a bonus. Amy's clothes are still on also. She's just walked downstairs.
Oh,
were you naked in your room and you've just got dressed to come down, or did you keep yours on the whole time?
Mine on.
Good. It's good behaviour. You're allowed your iPad in your room. Yes, he didn't get naked. He didn't smear poo. He did come back down after about 10 minutes because he realised it's not as much fun when you're not up there being naked. But I'm going to call that a success. And in fact, this whole first day back at school has been a massive success. Someone asked me in the comments yesterday, because it's Andy's first day back at school today, should we expect a back to school video? And my response was, well, there'll be a video where he goes back to school. Don't ever expect, touch wood, don't ever expect another back to school meltdown video, because even though he's been off for 2 weeks for Easter, he wanted to go back. He was ready to go back. He's ready to get back into his routine. And he left this morning with absolutely no issue at all. He just knew it was time to go to school and left. I would like to think there won't be a big major meltdown video on the channel ever again. So if that's what you're here for, sorry, that was probably the two that are on there. They're probably going to be the two, because he hasn't had a meltdown like that one since the first day back at school in September. Now, obviously things can change. Obviously we're on an upward trajectory with everything at the moment, and that could change just like that. At any moment he could regress, and that's usually how progress has happened for Andy in the past. He'll make solid progress, constantly being pushed to make the progress, makes progress, gets to a fantastic point he's never reached before, and then because he's been pushed too far, he's pushing himself too far, he'll drop back down. He doesn't usually drop back down as far as he was when he started. So say if this is his starting level for something, he'll go boom, 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 and this could be over the course of a year or two even. Go but then all of a sudden, bang, and we're back down to there, and he ends up a bit ahead of where he was before, and the process starts again. Now, obviously that cycle can break at any time, but we've seen that in the past with his toileting, with his eating, with his weight, with his bedtime routines, with his attitudes towards school, with his social skills, with his vocabulary. We can just go on and on and on with examples of that over the years, and they're things that we can dig into in a little bit more detail at other points in the future. It's not a topic for today. So at the moment we're on the up again. There probably will be a resetting, a dip back down, but we don't know when it will be. We don't know what form it will take, and I am hopeful that after 7, 8, 9 months of no meltdowns, that we should be good now. Hopefully he's got the compression vests, he's got the medication, he's got far more in the way of coping mechanisms than he had before, and he's just a happy kid most of the time now. He's just enjoying being Andy, which isn't something you could say about him a year ago or 2 years ago. So it's progress, and progress is always good. And we've had a lot of comments over the last few days about people who've got kids who they recognise similarities between their kid and where Andy was a year ago or 18 months ago, and it can be quite emotional seeing the changes in him in that time. Things like drinking the milk. People have said, well, now I've seen Andy could do that, something that I've assumed my kid could never ever do. There's a chance they might just do one day. We never expected to see Andy drink milk out of a glass. Just as a parent of a kid with autism, it's something you kind of, I don't know, you have different aspirations. It's not something you really think about. But he did it. Now, obviously, all kids are different, and it doesn't mean that every kid's going to go and drink milk out of a glass, but Andy did. And a year ago, if you'd have told me that, I wouldn't have believed you. So anything is possible. I'm a little bit fried and frazzled now. I got all my fun work done early in the day, but then for the last 3 or 4 hours or so I've been doing tax accountancy things, and I'm just a little bit broken and tired out now. So I now need to G myself back up again, because in half an hour I'm streaming at twitch.tv/LaLujoFM. The replay, of course, will be there available for you to watch if you want to go back and watch that. It's my second stream today, third stream in 24 hours. So I'm really hitting the streaming hard at the moment, because streaming is awesome. But I am going to leave today's vlog there because of it. So if you have enjoyed today's vlog, please make sure you leave a nice big thumbs up on there for us. Subscribe to the channel for more daily vlogs. And thank you very much for watching.